I just saw Fall Out Boy and all I got was this emotional instability. Hello, hi, my name is Maddie. Welcome to my channel. How are you? How are you doing? Last night I saw Fall Out Boy on their So Much for Tour Dust show, and oh my god, the album. I haven't even made a video on the album. The album is everything I could have wanted. The album is spectacular. Their concert was spectacular, and all I want to do right now is just talk about the show because it was amazing and I am already missing it. I am trying to beat the post-concert depression, but I don't know if it's working. I just keep looking over my videos again and I keep getting sad because I want to be back there and not here where I'm not seeing my favorite bands. You know what I mean? This video is probably going to be incredibly chaotic and random. I'm just going off of the top of my head, trying to remember everything that happened last night. I like the idea of like encapsulating, immortalizing, immortals, like the Fall Out Boy song. I just really like the idea of having something that is like a tangible memory, you know? And I really value the video that I made on Work Tour a few years ago because I have so much fun just looking back on that and being reminded of everything that happened in Work Tour. So that's what I want to do for Fall Out Boy. Not just Fall Out Boy, Bring Me the Horizon. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, they're real. They're real people. They're a real band. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know they were real. I have so much to say. So much for Stardust. Fall Out Boy and Bring Me the Horizon. Holy crap. First, let me paint you a picture of my history with Fall Out Boy and Bring Me the Horizon. Just so you understand. Everyone's journey with these bands are different. I want to give you my history with these bands. I think I've been listening to Bring Me the Horizon as long as Fall Out Boy. It could be a little less. I'm not actually sure. I know that I've been listening to Fall Out Boy for 10 years because Fall Out Boy helped me get through a very painful breakup. And of course I'm talking about My Chemical Romance. That was traumatic. That was terrible. I literally became a fan of My Chemical Romance November of 2012. Little did I know, I had a good 6 months of just obsessing over My Chemical Romance. And then March 22nd of 2013 comes and my world is destroyed. I know that probably like it was either March or February of that year that my songs Know What You Did in the Dark came out. I had known a handful of Fall Out Boy songs from my childhood, like Dance Dance and Sugar We're Going Down, Thanks for the Memories, but I didn't know who sung all of those songs. Like when you're a kid, it's just like, oh, this song on the radio, and you don't pay attention to the bands. So I had no idea all of those songs were Fall Out Boy until My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark came out. And I remember hearing it and I was just like, oh, Fall Out Boy, I've heard of the band Fall Out Boy, I know the name. And a while after I heard my songs, one, MCR broke up, and two, I found the Phoenix music video. And at the time, when I was like 14, I was just kind of into gore and horror, and I liked gross things, and I don't really anymore, but I was kind of a sadistic teenager, and I liked all of that kind of stuff. So the Phoenix just did it for me. I loved seeing Patrick get tortured for some reason. I don't know what was wrong with me. So I love the Phoenix music video, and then from the Phoenix I looked up all of their music videos, and that's when I found Dance Dance and Sugar We're Going Down and all of the songs that I had heard as a kid. And I was just like, oh my god, it's Fall Out Boy. This is gonna be my new favorite band. And they were. And nothing's ever changed since. But the reason MCR's breakup was important is because it, one, kind of jump-started me into listening to Fall Out Boy, and two, I know me finding out about the Phoenix music video was after MCR's breakup, but I don't know how soon it was after MCR's breakup. I want to say it was pretty close after their breakup, and if it was by say 2 days, then the So Much for Stardust album was released exactly 10 years after me like first discovering Fall Out Boy. They didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate that they did that just for me, celebrating our 10-year anniversary with like an amazing album. They go above and beyond for their fans, and I just want everyone to know that I'm the special one. But in all seriousness, So Much for Stardust is an amazing album. I love it so much. I am just so happy being a Fall Out Boy fan. I love Fall Out Boy. I have loved listening to Fall Out Boy for these past 10 years. And I have seen Fall Out Boy 4 times now. Last night was the 4th time, and I swear they're just... They just get better and better every single time. I was kind of freaking out because the last time I saw them was for the Hella Mega Tour, and I kind of forgot that So Much for Tour Dust is a headlining tour, so I was kind of just used to them opening for Green Day for Hella Mega Tour, and I didn't even think about the fact that like this tour is made for them. They get to do whatever they want. Like, Green Day's not here now. Like, this is Fall Out Boy, and I just like I remembered that probably like a week before the show and just started freaking out, just like, yeah, this is Fall Out Boy show. But I'll talk about the concert in a second. Okay, we gotta go back to Bring Me the Horizon. Oh my god! Oh my god. I don't know when I first started listening to Bring Me the Horizon. I want to say it's been about the same time as Fall Out Boy, but I just looked it up today, and the first song I remember hearing by Bring Me the Horizon was Throne, and that was released in 2015, so I would have been like 16, 17, so not quite 10 years. But I at least knew who they were by the time of Fall Out Boy, and I at least knew like Can You Feel My Heart and stuff from Sandpit Turtle, that one. I knew songs from the Sandpit Turtle album. Even though it hasn't been like 10 years of being a die-hard fan, it's been quite a while of listening to Bring Me the Horizon and never seeing them. I don't know if they just don't tour in North America very much, or if I just kind of like gave up on the possibility of seeing them, knowing that like I wouldn't have anyone who would want to go to a Bring Me the Horizon concert with me. So I don't know why I haven't been to a Bring Me the Horizon show yet. But oh my god. Last night, seeing them for the first time, I bawled through the entire thing. I was sobbing the entire time. They're real. They're real people. They aren't just on the internet. They are, oh my god, and they played Teardrops. They played Teardrops. But before I even went to the concerts, I made a prediction of what set lists Bring Me the Horizon and Fall Out Boy would both have. So I'm gonna see how wrong and right I was. So for both Fall Out Boy and Bring Me the Horizon, I have like my prediction set list here, but then I also have a wish list of songs that I didn't think that they were gonna play, but songs that I desperately hoped that they were gonna play. And I also have a prediction of what I thought their opening song would be and what I thought their closing song would be. I knew that they were gonna open with Amen, because I've had it spoiled on the internet, but I still got it right, so 1 point me. So I didn't really think about the fact that an opener has much less songs than the main event. So my set list is a little long. I put like 13 songs for them, and they ended up playing 10. So I'm not like that far off, but still 13 is probably too many for an opener. Besides the opening and closing song, I didn't have any predictions of order, so I'm just gonna list the ones that I got right. They did play Can You Feel My Heart? Obviously. They played Shadow, Moses. I have never known how you pronounce that song. They played Happy Song and I Lost My Mind. They played Drown and I bawled my eyes out. They played Teardrops, Lost, Amen, Strangers, Die For You, and Mantra. Mantra I did not guess. I had that as a wish list. I did not think that they were going to play that, and they did. Instead, I thought that they might play In the Dark, Kingslayer, and Parasite Eve. And now that I'm looking back on it, I don't know really why I put In the Dark. I wish. That's a good song. I was hoping for Kingslayer. They did not play Kingslayer. I don't really know why I put Parasite Eve. I think I just really like that one. But I got all the other ones right. And on my wish list, they did play Mantra. And all of these wish list ones were anywhere from there's a possibility they might play it, but I don't really think they'll play it, to they are never gonna play it, ever. So my entire wish list is Empire. Oh my god, what a song. I love that song. It's almost like I made my own wish list. Empire, number 1. Ooh-wee. And the snake starts to sing. If I heard that live, I think I would just faint. I would love to hear What You Need. I wish they play Ludens. I would love to hear Ludens live, but it's fine. I knew they would never play Bad Habits, but you know, that's the dream. And they didn't play It Never Ends, and that's fine. They played a lot of good ones. They played so many good ones, and oh my god. So as for Bring Me the Horizon's actual show, like I said, they opened with Amen. It was amazing. I honestly was under the impression years ago that Ollie does not scream anymore in live shows, and somebody in a YouTube comment was just like, oh, who told you he didn't scream? Like, he still screams now, and he does scream, and he screams very well. Oh my god. Oh my god. This entire video is just gonna be me saying oh my god repetitively, and that's fine. They played Happy Song, and Ollie didn't know what to do during their breakdown because the entire venue was assigned seats, so he's just like, I don't know what we're gonna do, there's no mosh pit, like everyone just like bang your heads against something, like he was disappointed, but you know, what can you do? I have never moshed before, but if Bring Me the Horizon told me to mosh, I probably would. I'm only 5'1". I probably would not fare very well in a mosh pit, but if they told me to do it, but a mosh pit can't be that bad, right? I know it's bad. I know it's bad. I would still do it though. I would do it. I lost my mind when they played Drown. One, I didn't know I was gonna get so emotional when they played that song, but all of a sudden I was like a teenager again hearing Drown for the first time, so that was cool. I sobbed like a baby. And then during Drown, Ollie like walked all across the amphitheater because there's actually like a lot of walking room. So you have the first tier, which is kind of where the floor is. There's no really like floor seats, but you have the first tier, you have the second tier, which is where I was, and then you have like the lawn way in the back. The way that the venue is set up is that there's a pretty big gap between the first tier and the second tier, so there's so much room for him to walk between there. And I was in the third row of the second tier. Technically, you're not allowed to go up to the rails because only the first row gets to go up to the rails. But I was pretty close to the end of my row. There were maybe like 3 people beside me. And if I wanted to, I could have gone up like to the rails and just like squeezed past them to go up to it. But I'm just like, it's technically not allowed. I can't do that. Like, what if I make security angry? What if I make like the other concert goers angry? But realistically, like, no one was by the rails. No one was really like storming the rails. I had plenty of room if I just wanted to squeeze past people and go up against the rails and try to like, you know, give them a high five or something, because teenage me would die. Oh my god, I hate myself. He walked up to our tier and he went right past our tier, like literally right beside us, where I could have just gone like 3 people down and hung out near the rails. And I didn't. I was just like, I don't want to be rude. Security's gonna yell at me. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm never gonna see Fall Out Boy. But overall, it was just a fantastic show. Actually, you know, there was one moment where Bring Me the Horizon was like thanking Fall Out Boy for bringing them out on tour. And Ollie was like, Fall Out Boy, man, they used to be like our favorite band back in the day. And in my mind, I'm just like, used to be? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? You don't grow out of Fall Out Boy. I don't understand this. Like, this is not a thing that happens. I thought they were gonna close with Can You Feel My Heart, because thanks to TikTok, that's like their most recognizable song now. But they actually closed with Throne, which was not a song I even thought of. I didn't think they would play Throne, but they closed with it, and god, that made me happy. I forgot like how much I loved that song. It was a good time. I love Bring Me the Horizon so much. I am so glad I got to see them. I can't believe I got to see them. I can't believe they're real. I took a brief intermission to do some research, and the Phoenix music video and the song were both released on March 24th, 2013. Okay? And I just did research through my old emails as a 14-year-old in March of 2013. Very cringy. I did not enjoy that, but I found out that my friends and I went to go watch a movie on March 26th, 2013. And I know that at that movie, we were standing outside of the theater just talking, and I, was obsessed with music, so the only thing I could talk about was music, and I brought up like, oh, I just watched this really cool music video called The Phoenix by Fall Out Boy. At the very latest, I watched the Phoenix music video that day on March 26th. But if I remember correctly, and recollection is always a iffy thing, I am pretty sure I watched that music video the day before or more. It was not that same day, so I'm pretty sure I watched the Phoenix music video either on March 24th or March 25th of 2013, and that is close enough for me to consider my anniversary with Fall Out Boy to be March 24th. So once again, so kind of them to release an entire album dedicated to our anniversary. No other band has done that for me, just Fall Out Boy, and I don't think you can beat that kind of dedication and like that's just so special, and it's just for me. So like with Bring Me the Horizon, I made predictions of what they would play. I feel like they didn't play many of the new songs. I understand now it's gonna get harder and harder to play new ones because there's only so many songs that you can kind of like remove from the set list. You know what I mean? Come Hallelujah is my favorite, so I was kind of upset that they didn't play that one. I also love I Don't Care. I was kind of shocked that they didn't play that one, but they also played different ones from Fully I Do, okay? They had a good set list. I'm not complaining, but I am. But I'm not complaining, you know what I mean? So here's a rundown of my entire set list prediction. Of course they played Where's Your Boy Tonight? Banger. Of course they ended with Saturday like they always do. They played Dance Dance. They played Sugar We're Going Down, A Little Less 16 Candles, This Ain't a Scene. They played Thanks for the Memories. They did not play I'm Like a Lawyer or Hum Hallelujah. I'm Like a Lawyer was probably more just wishful thinking on my part. They did play Disloyal Order, which I thought that was a gamble. I still put it on my prediction, but that was a gamble. They played The Phoenix, they played my songs, they played Save Rock and Roll. In hindsight, I don't really understand why I put down Alone Together, but I put down Alone Together. They did not play that one. They played Centuries, Uma Thurman, Last of the Real Ones. They played Love from the Other Side. That's what they opened with. That's what I guessed that they would open with. They did not play Heartbreak Feels So Good, which I was kind of surprised about. I thought that one was a pretty big single. They played Hold Me Like a Grudge. They played Fake Out. I guessed that Pete was going to have a little Baby Annihilation bit, and he recited a little bit of it. And they did not play What a Time to Be Alive or So Much for Stardust. I was really hoping for those two. So overall, there are 7 songs on here that I thought that they would play that they didn't play. But everything else, I guessed. Of course, I guessed that they were going to close with Saturday. That's just a given. And they did open with Love from the Other Side. As for my wish list. Some of these on my wish list are just absolutely crazy that I know they would not play. For example, My Heart Is the Worst Weapon. These are my dreams, okay? I did not think that they would play GINASFS. They played it a few days before my show, but whatever, it's fine. On my wish list, I put Head First Slide, and I truly didn't expect them to play that one because I thought it was just reserved for like a few shows. I figured that they played it and then they were done with it. I can't believe I have experienced Head First Slide into Cooperstown on a Bad Bet live. I just keep replaying the video that I got of it, and I am in disbelief. How did that happen? They did not play XO. I did not think they would play XO, but this is my wish list. Oh my god! There's no way they were gonna play 27, but that's the dream.
How does it feel to live my dream?
Also the dream is Where Did the Party Go? Immortals, Twin Skeletons, oh my god, can you imagine? I love Church, Hold Me Tight or Don't, Sunshine Riptide from Mania, and I truly feel like those songs do not get enough credits. They didn't play Dear Future Self, which I was even surprised that they didn't play it at Hella Mega Tour because that was their promotion for the tour. I would love it if they played I Wanna Be Like You from the We Love Disney cover album. That being released was such an event because that song, I Wanna Be Like You from The Jungle Book, was like my favorite Disney song for a long time. It still is probably my favorite Disney song. And then my favorite band goes to cover it. Like, I cannot believe that Fall Out Boy just keeps doing all of these things just for me. Like, they knew. They just knew that I Want to Be Like You was my favorite song. So they're just like, okay, yeah, we'll record it just for Maddie. This is our cover for We Love Disney. Like, what band gives you such service? What band does that for you? No other band, just Fall Out Boy. And it's all for me. Don't get it twisted, it's not for you, it's for me.
I did not think that they would play I Am My Own Muse, but man, did I wish that they would play that one. I wished that they would open with that one. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Our faces would be completely melted off if they opened with I Am My Own Muse, or if they just played it, period, you know?
So the only song from my wish list that they actually did play was Head First Slide. As for songs that I did not guess at all, they played a lot from Take This to Your Grave. They played Chicago So 2 years ago, Calm Before the Storm, and then the special Magic 8 Ball song was The Patron Saint of Liars and Fakes. Dude. I would have been happy with probably like any song that the Magic 8 Ball could have given us. I'm not complaining with that one though. Man, I wanted them to play What a Time to Be Alive. I also wanted them to play So Much for Stardust. And there's such little teases where they like close their curtains and the curtains have the end written on them. And as everyone's leaving the venue, they have like an elevator music rendition of So Much for Stardust. And I'm just like, we all want to hear it live. I want to hear Fall Out Boy's entire discography live. And I don't think I'll truly be fulfilled until that has happened. So my hopes of any sort of fulfillment have gone completely out of the window because that is just not possible. I just cannot express how happy it makes me to see them live. And especially this time, like the second time I saw them, they were not very interactive with the crowd. And I just remember like none of them really smiled very much. They all just didn't have like a whole lot of energy. And it didn't feel like they super wanted to be there, which sounds mean, but they just like didn't seem super into it. But then last night, like the amount of times Patrick was just smiling through every single song, like he seemed so happy to be up there. To see Patrick just completely light up and dance and strut and skip across the stage and just overall just have like a wonderful time is just amazing. I just love that man. He's wonderful. I'm also just so happy that Joe is back on tour with them and playing with them again. Like, I hope that he took as much time as he needed, but it makes me so happy to see all four of them on stage together again, because if any one of them is not there, it's just not Fall Out Boy. You need Joe there. I also hope that Matt from Bring Me the Horizon is doing okay. I know that he is not in the band right now. They got like a tour replacement for him. Hopefully he also takes the time that he needs to figure out what he needs to figure out. I don't know. That sounds so insensitive. I don't mean it insensitively. I hope he takes all the time he needs, because he deserves it. I also got to show you the merch that I got. I have this tour shirt, says I'd never go, I just want to be invited. On the back it has all the tour dates and everything. And I bought this. I hate baseball. I don't like baseball at all. I don't watch sports. But am I gonna buy a baseball cap for Fall Out Boy? Absolutely, and no one can stop me. Fall Out Boy is my sport, you know? Insert that like clip of Patrick where he's like, I love sports so much I started a band. I think about that every day. I wish I could have found Joe's book, but I also don't want to go through the hassle of like fighting Fall Out Boy fans, because there's no way I would have the guts to like fight people. I didn't even have the guts to just walk beside people to try to give Ollie a high five. There's no way I can fight someone for a book. I want the book. I don't have the guts to put in the effort to do that. Aside from the fact that we weren't even gonna make it to the venue on time by the time that people found it. We were at Taco Bell eating burritos, because I don't know a better way to pregame for a concert than Taco Bell. I wanted that book, man. I wanted it to be the special one. I'm just used to it. Terrible. That's terrible. Anyway, that is everything that I can think of from So Much for Tour Dust. It was such a fantastic show. I am deep in my post-concert depression. I don't want to be experiencing this. I want to just cry. Let me know if you also went to one of Fall Out Boy's shows during this tour. Tell me everything you want to about Fall Out Boy. I will listen to it all. I don't know if you know this, but I love Fall Out Boy. So I like hearing people talk about Fall Out Boy. So if you have things that you want to share about Fall Out Boy, I will gladly listen. Alright, thank you for watching. If you like this video, you know what to do. If you didn't like this video, well, there's no dislikes anymore, so sorry. If you want to see more from my channel, click that special button, baby. Thank you for watching. Stay out, you little horizons. Closets are lame. Bye-bye. I have been preparing for this concert for so long. And now it's over and I'm sad. I can admit that I'm not the most mentally sound, especially when it comes to like bands. What is the worst thing that could have happened? They would have just yelled at me to go back in my seat if they even noticed. I doubt they would have even cared. I just hope to goodness I can possibly see Bring Me the Horizon again. Do they even tour North America? I probably will never see them again and now I'm sad. I was 15 feet away from them. I'm always so conflicted with stuff like that because in my mind it's just like, why does anyone care? Like it's just like Bring Me the Horizon, Fall Out Boy, like they're just dudes, they're just guys, like they're just random people, like they're just normal people, you know? Well, yeah, they're just human like the rest of us, like they're, you know, they're nothing special, but at the same time, but they are something special because they've written like my favorite songs in the world. You know? Like, they're human, but they're not just nobodies. Play I Am My Own Muse sometime, please. I am begging you. That's all I want. And I want to be there. Play it, but like, I have to be there. I still can't believe I saw Bring Me the Horizon. That's not real. That never happened. That didn't happen.